Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, I'm covering communication skills for you to level up your way with words, become much more articulate. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing 3 reasons you have too much free time. First of all, if you think about a lot of the things that you whine about, you'll notice that these whining situations are time related. You say something like, "How am I supposed to get so much homework done in such little time?" A lot of the things that we whine about are time related. We whine about having too little free time. But did you ever think about the opposite, where you worry about having too much free time? There's this famous verse that goes like, idle hands are the devil's playground, which translation means if you have too much free time, watch out. You're going to be doing sinister things. And 2 of the sinister things can either happen internally or externally. The internal sinister thing that's going to happen to you when you have too much free time is that you're just going to regret stuff. You're going to regret your ethnicity. You're going to regret your current job. You're going to regret a mistake that you made 15 years ago. It's just because you have too much free time. And the external problem that's going to happen is that you're just going to stir up drama. When you feel bad about yourself, you start to make other people feel bad about themselves. Hurt people. You get it. Now you may be wondering, well, why do we default into negative behaviors whenever we have too much free time? The reason why is because the brain is a problem-solving machine, and whenever it doesn't have problems to solve, it creates them. And you need to understand 3 potential reasons as to why you have too much free time right now, and try to do something about it. Fill it up. The first reason you have too much free time is because you just retired. I mean, for the longest time, you had a job to clock into, and from 9 to 5, or maybe even from 9 to 9, you knew that you were going to be working. And once you got out of your job, I mean, you had kids. The kids were always whining away, breaking stuff, making things messy. You didn't have any time. But recently, you retired. You're older now. You don't have a job to clock into anymore. And your kids, they're all grown up. They have families themselves that they need to raise. So what are you going to do? You, my friend, need to find something to do, because before you were having your curriculum set for you, and now you need to create the curriculum. So the first reason someone has too much free time is because they just retired. The second reason someone has too much free time is because they're just going through a breakup. Whenever you're in a relationship, there's a lot of these random things that take up your time. And maybe you're talking to the other person on the phone. Maybe you're FaceTiming them, watching a TV show, hooking up, doing something. And you'll notice that the days fly by really fast. But let's say you and your significant other break up. Suddenly, there's this big fragment in your day that seems empty. You don't know what to do with this time. And added to this, you're heartbroken. Let's say you didn't want to break up. And whenever you're heartbroken, you feel clutter. And clutter plus having too much free time is even worse. You feel even more regret. You stir up even more drama. You just feel in a state of despair. So the second reason someone has too much free time is because they just went through some sort of breakup or divorce. And the third reason someone has too much free time, I would say this is the most shocking. Because for the first 2, you could say it has a negative connotation to it. But for the third one, it has a positive connotation. You're becoming more efficient. When I was first starting the ArmaniTalks blog, it would take me roughly 2 hours and 15 minutes to create a blog. But the more that I continued to publish, right? The more that I went from blog 1 to blog 10 to blog 100, I started to see certain faulty processes. I became more refined in creating a rough draft, polishing up the rough draft, editing, proofreading. And the 2 hour and 15 minutes went down to 1 hour and 45 minutes. I published more blogs, and eventually it went from 1 hour and 45 minutes to 1 hour and 15 minutes. Just like that, my blogging went from 2 hours and 15 minutes to 1 hour and 15 minutes. 1 hour has just been gifted back to me. I became more efficient. Now just imagine if I have 3 activities that I become more efficient in. Suddenly, I could see myself easily getting 2 to 3 hours back. So these are 3 reasons that someone may have too much free time. It's because they are just retired, they just went through a breakup, or they are becoming more efficient. How can you fill up your excessive free time? There's different things to do. I'm just going to give you some suggestions that work for me. The first suggestion is to join some sort of club. And the club that I would recommend is Toastmasters. This is a public speaking club, so you get the chance to improve your communication skills. Certain weeks when you have to present, you have to brainstorm the speech. You need to practice it. You need to polish it up. Things way better to do than just stare off into the abyss when you get off work. Practice your speech. Toastmasters. I love this club. And if you're not into Toastmasters, then just download Meetup. This is an app, and you can find clubs near you. Another suggestion in order to fill up your free time is to get some activity in. Lift some weights. Play some basketball. If you hate lifting weights, then you must lift weights. Because everyone hates lifting weights in the beginning stages. No one wants to feel that physical pain, but feel that physical pain, strengthen from it, and now you want to lift again. This is much better than just staring off into the abyss. Set new PRs, fix up your diet, sleep better. This is an effective way to fill up your time, because I like to say the gym is, it creates a flywheel effect of productivity. And the third thing that I would say is find a creative hobby. There are a lot of creative hobbies out there. There's painting, dancing, beatboxing. I think these are all okay, but I'm biased. I would say the best hobbies are communication skills related, and to even niche you down more, create content. Start some sort of YouTube channel, podcast, blog. Fill up your time like this, because this allows you to, whenever you create content, you solidify your philosophy, you build digital assets, you build a brand. I mean, fill up your time like that, okay? However you fill up your time, fill it up. Because when you have too much free time, you think that's a good thing initially, but quickly you get tired of it, and you'll either create internal conflicts, external conflicts, or a little bit of both. Fill up your time. If you enjoyed today's talk, go on and drop that like for me right on below, and share this video on your social media of choice. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll catch you next time.